morning, good afternoon. Whenever you're listening to this, welcome to the internet's most sophisticated wrestling podcast, discussing the weekly aspects of it all, right here on
The Bald Monkeys Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back to the Bald Monkeys podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Another great interview lined up for you tonight. I am Christopher with you with the Captain Chuckles with me. Captain, how are we doing?
I'm good. You always scare me when you bring us in. I never know what you're gonna do, and you're always like at a volume 20, and it like just freaks me out. Just like when I put the little blips in and make you almost drive off the road when you're listening to the podcast.
That's for a different podcast about how I almost died because of Chuck's noise effects. But let's get to our guest. Let's get to the Metalhead Maniac. Let's get to Sledge. Sledge, thanks for joining us tonight.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me, man. I'm stoked.
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Sitting in my coffee shop, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, people, the coffee shop goes live on Twitch. So we'll get into that a little bit later, but make sure you stop by every once in a while. It's a hell of a good time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So before we get to the coffee shop, we'd like to always start with our guests and find out what was young Sledge like? What was growing up as a young little Sledge?
I was a troublemaker, man. I was I wasn't I don't want to say I was the most popular kid in school. I'll go with that. You know, it's kind of interesting some of the people from high school follow me on like Facebook and like Instagram and stuff like that, and they see what I'm doing now, being a professional wrestler, and they're like, "Man, you've changed." Like, you know, like, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. They're like, dude, you were like this fat, short fat kid. Like, what happened? Now you're like big and you like to lift weights and stuff. I'm like, yeah, well, times change, shit changes,
Yeah.
Can I cuss on here? I don't know if I can or not.
Yes.
Cuss away. Yes.
Okay.
We have our YouTube thing set to not child appropriate, just in case.
Okay, cool. It slips every once in a while, guys, so I apologize. So I lost my dad very young, at like 12 years old, like when a boy tries to start coming into manhood. Mm-hmm. So I did a lot of outlet of like fighting and not doing authority very well. So that was very it wasn't good long term because I have a high school diploma, but to be honest, like I could fucking barely read or write, honestly. Like and that's a shoot. That's 100%. If you watch my social media, like you guys will see, like, and I've been called out for a number amount of times, like, dude, you don't know how to spell worth of shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's true. So I
have to fix Chris's tweets all the time. I'm like, bro, that's not a sentence. What are you doing?
And I have the education.
Yeah, my shit just runs and runs, and I'm like, I think a period goes here, comma goes here.
It works.
Yeah. So I don't have a college degree or anything like that. I've always just been able to entertain, and that's been one of the things that I've always loved doing is entertaining. I do come off as this big, scary human being, especially out on like the streets. I am 6'3", 35, in somewhat decent shape. So a lot of people, they shy away from that when they see a tattooed guy, who they shy away. But I, legit would give my shirt off my back to somebody if they wanted it. So
that's awesome.
So that's funny how you transformed. Like you had people pointed out like, hey, I knew you in high school, but I don't know you now. That's right. A different person that I grew up with.
And we're all supposed to change too. We're not supposed to be the same person we were when we were in elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever. We're all supposed to evolve a little bit. So,
right. And that's kind of the way that I kind of look at it. And like, I guess I'm like kind of like I come from a very small town of Lompoc, California. The population is very, very small. And I guess I'm like the local hero coming out of there, I guess would be like the best way to put it. Like we had one we had one guy who played for the Raiders, Napoleon Kaufman, I think his name was. He played for the Raiders. He came out of Lompoc High. And then you have like me, professional wrestler. So like
Those
it's
two
very
guys.
Yeah, two guys. So
you're growing up and you're revolting against everything and being a troublemaker. But when do you start seeing wrestling? When do you start noticing that wrestling is something that's interesting to you?
Oh, I've always loved wrestling ever since I was like 3 years old, sitting on my dad's lap. Wrestling has always been that thing to make me escape my problems and escape my reality. And that's one of the things that I try to bring to professional wrestling is have people escape their realities, because you never know what kind of day they're having, or if, they just lost their job, but they promised their kids are going to take them to wrestling, and they can't, or they just found out that, God forbid their wife or their husband cheated on them, but the kids are begging them to take them to the wrestling show. They all have their personal shit going on in their lives. And our jobs as entertainers to make them escape that reality for the 3 hours that they're there, or the 4 hours, or however long the show is. So, and that's always something that I've always prided myself on, was to have them escape reality while I'm performing. And that was what really drew me into wrestling, was me escaping my own reality, my own demons, and being able to focus on professional wrestling.
Who is your favorite person to help you escape? Who is your favorite wrestler, favorite character?
I had so many. What era? It was just like, anywhere from I was an Ultimate Warrior fan, Bret Hart fan, anywhere from British Bulldog to Stone Cold Steve Austin to Triple H to The Undertaker to now current days. I'm a big fan of Ring of Honor guys, that I'm sooner or later going to be able to work with, which is going to be, fantastic. There's the long list of who is my favorite wrestlers is it's ridiculously long. And I'll watch just matches. I was watching Great American Bash 95 yesterday, I want to say it was. And one of the matches that blew me away was Alex Wright versus Brian Pillman. And I was just like, wow. I was like, and it was the opener. But the story they told and how, physical it was to open up the card, man, it was phenomenal. So
it's cool how you're kind of a bit of a wrestling historian too, because you don't want to just pick one era when I ask you a question. You want to be like, wait a second, no, I know all of it. I've paid attention and I'm watching it all.
Oh yeah, I watch it. I watch so much stuff, to New Japan, to All Japan, to ECW, WCW, Monday Night Raw. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. My dogs are fighting upstairs. It sounds like they're just running back and forth. That's all it is. So I don't know if you guys are picking that up, but I can hear it. Okay, cool.
We've had much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could deal with the dogs. My dog came on one time and shook her collar, and I'm like, come on, Kiva, get out of here.
Yeah, they fight. They'll play for 15 minutes, and then my pit bull will get tired and he'll just lay down. He'll be like, I'm done. But I have an American Kelpie too that will just go. So anyway, yeah, man. I watch. Back to the question, man. I watch everything. There's not something I watch. I watch AEW. I watch Impact. I watch you name it. I watch it just because I want to be up on the times and I want to be up to see what's cool out there. I watch a lot of the indie stuff. A lot of the indie guys that are out there that aren't signed, that are out there just completely just killing it right now.
Yep.
Is phenomenal. And I love watching guys like that, even stepping in the ring with these indie guys that I had no idea who they were, but now I know who they are because they took me to the limit. We had a killer match,
Yeah. So is there anybody that you could put your finger on that made you want to go try and be a wrestler? Anybody that just stood out to you as, man, I could be like him. I could go do that and go make this a profession.
I'm going to say Gangrel.
Okay.
I was a huge Broodmark.
Most of us, yeah. Most of us.
I kind of still am.
Yeah.
And able to call Gangrel like an uncle, who had kind of a little bit of a hand in training me to a point, and being a mentor of mine is always one of those things where it's I still have to pinch myself when I talk to him, talking to Gangrel. Holy shit. Like I've shared car rides with Gangrel and meals and other things with him. And it's still like one of those things where it's just like, I got to pinch myself because that's, it's Gangrel, so.
That's really cool. Being able to like look up to somebody and then at some point actually stand side by side with them and work with them.
I've tagged with him. I've wrestled with it. I've wrestled one-on-one. I've tagged with him. Like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like when we tagged together and he spit the blood over my head, I marked out. I was just like, this is the coolest shit ever. I was like, I don't even care to rate it, man. This is the coolest shit ever, Like,
it goes back to being a little kid and just seeing it on TV and going,
yeah,
one day.
Yeah, 100.
That's awesome. So if anybody has kind of, followed Sledge a little bit, if you watch any of his YouTube stuff, you might have seen that, he is into getting his body, in shape. And one of the things that kind of stood out to me when, kind of looking at everything was the journey that you have been on when it comes to, your weight loss, getting healthier and doing all that stuff. So what kind of prompted you to get into that and everything, back, what was it? It looks like it started at least 3 years ago, I would say, right?
Yeah. Actually a good timeline. It was one of those things where it was just like, I was miserable. I really was. Like I went through a divorce and just not wrestling as much. I made some mistakes on the indies that I probably shouldn't have made, but it's made me who I am today. And I lost like a lot of friends because of it. And I lost like that big push that I was getting, and I'm watching all the guys that I've wrestled with for years start getting signed to these major companies, especially when Lucha Underground came out, man. They were swiping up everybody, and I'm watching my, Jeff Cobb, I'm watching, Brian Cage. I'm watching all these guys that I've shared the ring with. And I'm like, I'm just as good as these guys. Why am I not there? Oh, wait, because I'm laying on my couch, miserable and depressed. So it was one of those times where it was like, I had to make a change. If I really wanted to become what I truly wanted to be in life, I had to make a change. And that's where the journey started. I got down to, because a lot of the times is people say that wrestling is not a body business. It is. It's 100% a body business. Yes, you do you make your exceptions for your Kevin Steens and your Samoa Joes. And other than that, but if you look at all the other wrestlers, man, they're all good, good physical looking dudes,
Yeah.
Because you got to look the part, and a lot of times a promoter's not going to take chances on you if you don't look the part. And that's 100%, especially in California, So when I started losing the weight and I started getting back in the ring, because I was only wrestling maybe once a month, if that, and I had a lot of back problems, a lot of neck problems. And when you're carrying 80 pounds of extra weight, just go into the gym and pick up an 80-pound dumbbell. That's extra. Yeah, exactly.
Can't do that.
Right. That's extra weight that you're putting on your body and your joints and all that fun stuff that it just, is a lot harder to get up out of bed. So I cut down to, once I started cutting down, I started getting noticed more. And people were like, oh, Sledge has cleaned up his act. He's really going for it. And then that's when a lot of the doors started opening. And then we were kind of off to the races. So
it's such a good story. I mean, I have teased a few times on the podcast that I am a fat man, and yeah, I definitely have some weight to lose. And I did a couple of years ago, had some things happen. My mom actually passed away 6 years ago now. So I mean, it was a little bit later in life, but I know that loss of not having your parent there. So, I can identify with you, losing your dad and everything. And that stuff takes a toll on you. I mean, if it hasn't happened to you, don't knock somebody for, having troubles, trying to get over that stuff, because it's hard.
It's super hard, man. I still battle it to this day, and they're just past this 19 year or something like that. And it still messes with me. It's one of those things where I battle depression, every single day. Sometimes, especially in this last year or so of me battle, has been a huge battle. And maybe we'll get into that, especially when the whole Ring of Honor thing, has happened and all that fun stuff. People would think that it would be like the happiest time of my life, but it wasn't, and I took an opportunity and I ran with it, but at the same time though, I was super depressed on inside. And before quarantine happened and all this, the whole world decided to shut down. I gained like 30, 35 more pounds than what I am now. And it was just, I was unhappy and I was unhealthy and I wasn't mentally where I needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, a lot of people took quarantine as like a negative. I took quarantine as a positive. So,
yeah, the weight thing is always a constant struggle, but on a positive note, and I'm a little preemptive with this, but I know that in the beginning of August of this year, you'll actually be 6 years sober. So congratulations. And I know that a lot of that has, some background into, the things that you have gone through, while trying to be a professional wrestler. So, that stuff's it's hard to deal with.
You live a gimmick. You try to live the gimmick as much as you possibly can. I got hot on the indies very quick. I only trained for like a month, and then I was on shows. Yeah. Wow. And then I started getting hot in California, and then like the WWE thing happened, and I went to I got contacted by the WWE. They're like, I knew Ryan Katz over there who did some stuff with WWE, and he's like, hey, man, you got a great look. Have you ever thought about doing this stuff? And I was like, hey, no, I don't even know how to get in contact with WWE. He's like, yo, dude, send me some stuff. I'll get you in contact with them. I was like, oh, okay. Just took it as a grain of salt, but while I was doing while I was getting hot on the indies, man, I was partying like there's no tomorrow because I thought I was the hottest shit out there, especially in California, I'm gone every weekend. I'm driving, making $20 here and there, thinking I'm the hottest shit in the world, and then now WWE's knocking on my door, nobody could tell me anything. I had the biggest
untouchable. Yeah,
exactly. I had the biggest fucking chip on my shoulder. No one could touch me. No one could tell me shit. It was like back to me being in high school again. No one could tell me shit. I'm the baddest dude on the planet, Mm-hmm. And then that caught up to me. Mm-hmm. I started drinking originally when I was like right after my dad passed. I think it was like 12 or 13. I started drinking, and like I would not constantly drink, but I'd always be drinking, and like I like hid beer, places and alcohol in places and stuff like that. And then like I kept drinking, and then I got hurt fairly early into my professional wrestling career. Like only a couple months in, the two discs in my lower back, my L4 and my L5, got compressed. Mm-hmm. So I had a lot of back pain. And that was from a drunken night being stupid. And I went and jumped on a buddy of mine who was a fellow professional wrestler. And he Samoan dropped me on a beer can standing up. It wasn't laying down, it was standing up. So it bent me. And it went right into the spine of my back. And then I went the next day and wrestled 3 matches. So time was catching up to me. And I went to go pick up a guy I used to use the pump handle slam as a finish.
Yep.
And I went to go pick him up for the pump handle. He went up heavy. My back popped. Lost feeling in my left leg. Barely covered him. Barely tucked him for the slam safely. And I had to go to the hospital that night. Doc told me my wrestling career is over. He goes, you got your L4 and your L5 that are bulging. Like, dude, you're done. And I'm like, nah. And he's like, take some Norcos, and call me in the morning. Well, the prescription ran out of Norcos because I was in that much pain. Norcos turned into Vicodin. Vicodin turned into Somas. Somas turned into everything else underneath the table, mixing that with alcohol of a home life that wasn't all that great because, my wife at the time was finding out a lot about me being dumb on the road and doing a lot of stupid shit. And then everything just kind of gradually came downhill, and it all exploded at a wrestling show.
Oh.
Yeah, it all exploded
at one show. All of a sudden, it just
one show. I was having problems with the promoter, and it was like my home promotion. And I was going into a thing called a House of Horrors match, which was like my first hardcore match ever. So I have no idea what I was expecting with like, barbed wire, thumbtacks, all that shit. So I went out the night before, started drinking. I went and went to my buddy's house to gather up gimmicks.
Okay.
And I started drinking at his house, to get rid of my hangover, get to the venue. And I was planning on leaving. I was planning on not coming back to that company anyway, shape, and form. But I gradually just kept drinking and drinking. And next thing you know, a bottle of Jameson is gone. Next thing you know, like a bottle of this and then next thing you know, I'm waking up at my home because somebody literally brought me home and threw me into my house, laying face down, waking up with thumbtacks still in my head.
Holy cow.
Oh, wow.
Not realizing what the hell happened.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a wake-up call.
That wasn't even the wake-up call.
What else do you have to do to wake up at that point?
So at that time, I had the house. At that time, my ex-wife already left, and no one wanted to be around me at all. So about 3 or 4 days later, maybe 2 or 3 days, a big video came out of my drunken stupor. The promoter put it online and sent it to over 100 promoters, telling him never to book me. Tried to blackball me, 100%. Mm-hmm. He had every right, though, to. I was an idiot. I was dumb as shit. I went and next thing you know, promoters are hitting me up and pulling my bookings. All pulling my bookings. And I'm like, shit. I went to the WWE tryout high as shit. I had the golden ticket, man. Like, this is crazy going over all this shit.
You thought you were untouchable, right? You thought
I did.
Nothing was gonna happen, right?
Brother, on a fucking shoot, I went to WWE thinking that they were gonna hire me on the fucking spot, dude. I was higher than a fucking kite and drunk out of my fucking mind. And I was one of the first, I want to say the first or the second tryout ever in that fucking performance center. Flew me there on their own dime, put me up in their hotel room on their own dime. And I went there and I shit the bed. So I never thought I was going to hear from the WWE again. Called my buddy who I was in the match with. He finally picks up and he's like, hey man, like, I was like, yo dude, like no one's returning my messages, dude, like what's going on? Like, what's up? He's like, dude, you're pretty fucked up. Like, you need help. Like, you're done pretty much in wrestling. Yeah. Like you need help. You need to go to rehab. And at that point in time, I put him on FaceTime and I was miserable, man. I was, I went into my drawer and I dumped all my pills out. I dumped out all my alcohol and I just told him to check on me. Cause I was like, one thing's going to happen. I'm going to die or I'm going to detox. One of those two things is going to happen. And luckily I detoxed.
Yes.
And, after that, that day, bro, like.
That's crazy.
Sorry. That day you wake up, that first day you wake up sober is like one of the best days of your life. 100%. Because you could see, it's the beginning, man. You see so much clearer. Like that fog, all that shit, man, is out of your head. I was so bad, man. Like I was puking in the shower every day, blood. And then I would have to get out of the shower, take a shot, take a pill, and go to work and try to function when I had a shoot job.
Man, well, I mean, it's and all of that just leads to even more of a congratulations on, in a month, less than a month, getting to 6 years. So again,
thank you.
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, cheers with water.
Yes, there it is. Well, that's what I'm drinking. Water, guys. Water.
Now, all of that happens. you're at your low point. You see the light ahead of you. You know, you get your second chance.
Yes.
What's the inspiration for all the self-improvement from that point on, you know, to where you are today?
Well, rephrase the what?
Your motivation.
What's my motivation to keep going?
Yeah.
A lot of people took a second chance on me. I don't want to disappoint them.
That's a perfect answer. Yeah.
A lot of people took a second chance on me. When not a lot of people would ever take a second chance on a drunk, on a guy who had nothing to offer them, any way, shape, and form. And they took a chance on me. And I will not disappoint any of them.
Nice.
That's a strong motivation.
Yes,
because when you were down that low, and you never want to be in that point again and disappoint people again, because I'm sure you had that inner feeling of, I'm disappointing people and I need to turn my life around. You never want to revisit that point again.
Right. I never want to be so miserable on the couch that I can't get up.
Yeah.
You know? And that's the thing, man, is like anybody, you know, I'm nobody special. Okay. Yes, I am a professional wrestler. Yes, I work for a big company, but I'm nobody special. I'm just a guy who has been blessed with a talent that has made a talent a career. That's it. Anybody can kick addiction. Anybody can. And I believe so hard, man, that the mind is so strong, man. If you just let your mind sometimes do the work and not go after those things, that, you know, it's just mind over matter. And that's exactly what it is. It's mind over matter.
Yeah. And you have to have that click moment. You know, whatever that may be, there's got to be that spark to start, you know, all of that stuff to get you to the next day and the next day and the next day after that.
100. You can do anything in this world. Anything in this world.
Now, you mentioned the big promotion. Now, in 2019, you had your tryout with Ring of Honor, correct?
Correct.
Now, how did that come about? I'm assuming that it went well.
Wait, sorry. I'm thinking timeline here. Yeah, it was 2019. Yeah. Sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry about the double look. I'm like, was it 2019? Yeah. Sorry.
We try to do our research here.
I like that.
Sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes it does pay off.
I like that because I've done a number amount of these where they're just like, guys, well, tell our fans who you are. And I'm like, well, aren't you supposed to tell them who I am? Like, you invited me. Yeah, I'm like, that's not my job. That's your job, you know? So yeah, how did the tryout happen? Again, I'm assuming that it went well. Like, what was the reaction after that? And I mean, I believe that you signed with Ring of Honor in February, yes. Correct.
Of this year.
Nice. Hell yeah. All right. I like it. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
So what's that story? You know, how did we get to today from 2019?
Well, it's a long story, but short. So I'll cut it down short. I don't know how much time we got.
We got as much time as you would like to give us.
Do you guys buy that Premiere Zoom? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Zoom.
Yes. Thank you, Zoom.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to call you guys out on what you guys are using.
No. Trust me.
We'll put it in the corner.
We had one where we totally forgot to sign into the right account, and all of a sudden the interview stopped right in the middle, and we were like,
shit.
Oh no.
That's funny.
So yeah, we had
this one's good.
Yeah, this one is good. We will not stop.
So with everything that was going on, I was getting hot on the indies. And I was flying everywhere, man. And what really launched me on the indies was doing Steve Austin's podcast. Yeah. Did you guys know about that with your research?
I did not know about that. That is a
I
new
did
one.
not pick up the podcast one. Nope. You got me on that one.
Yeah,
gotcha. So I did Steve Austin. Oh shit. I did Stone Cold Steve Austin's podcast. I was traveling with AJ Kirsch, who I don't know if you guys know who AJ Kirsch is, but he's a good buddy of mine. He was Buzz in 2K19 and 2K20, also lead announcer for MLW, and was just on my Twitch show and going to be coming back. Anyway,
nice.
Cool.
I was riding with him. We were going to an event, and this guy, I love him to death. He's like one of my best friends in the world. Fucker kayfabes me. He goes, we get in the car, we're driving. I think we're going to Arizona. We're doing an Arizona loop or something like that. And he goes, hey man, like on Sunday, I'm probably gonna have to like drop you off at like a coffee shop or something like that, because I have something to do, And I'm thinking to myself, he's an actor, so I'm thinking we're in Hollywood. He probably has some kind of audition or something like that. He doesn't want me to steal from him, so he's gonna drop me off. Like, hell yeah, I get it, And next thing you know, his phone rings and he has it up on his dashboard, right? Like his phone up on the dashboard. And he goes, and it says Steve Austin. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Steve Austin, what the fuck? And he kind of looks at me and he pushes it on speaker. Hey kid, what's up? And I was like, fuck. I was like, Steve Austin. Like, whoa, what the fuck? He's like, hey Steve, what's going on? He goes, what time you coming over Sunday? And I look at him like, you motherfucker. Like, you son of a bitch. He goes, probably like, he goes, what time, let's do, he goes, I don't know, what time's good for you? I don't know, let's do 1 or 2. And he goes, okay, and he goes, hey, Steve, I got a question, man. Do you mind if I bring a buddy with me? Steve goes, is he a worker? And he goes, yeah, we're traveling to Arizona. He goes, tell him to kiss my ass. I'm like, Steve Austin told me to kiss his ass. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. And he goes, no, hell yeah, kid, bring him.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
He goes, cool, Steve, we'll see you on Sunday. Hangs up the phone. He goes, looks like we're going to Steve Austin's house on Sunday. And I was all like, I didn't bring clothes. I'm not prepared. So we do the loop. We get to Steve Austin's house. We're supposed to be there by like 1. And we get to his house. He lives in LA. And we get to his house at like 12:30. And he just got home from the gym. And we're driving by, and I was like, dude, we should just park down the street. Like, he said 1 o'clock. Like, we shouldn't, like, we don't want to, impose. You know what I'm saying?
Don't want to ruffle any feathers.
Yeah, dude, homie, like, said he just got home from the gym. He probably wants to take a shower. Like, so we start driving by. He's like, yeah, good idea. We drive by his house. He's fucking standing outside. He calls AJ, hey, kid, was that you? He goes, AJ goes, yeah, man, that was me. And he goes, pull up right here, flip around, pull up right here. He pulls around and get out of the car and introduce myself. How you doing, sir? Brian. He's like, oh, cut that sir shit out. I was like, oh, fuck, my bad, Steve. And he's like, yeah, you guys come on in. And he has 2 houses. He has one, and then he has where he does his podcast right next door. He has 316 Gimmick Street and then 317 Gimmick Street. You guys need the address.
Me too. This is my podcast house. Yeah.
yeah. That's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
So I have 2 dogs, right? But I have a fear of dogs. Huge fear of dogs. My dogs are nice. I have a huge fear of dogs. We go into Steve Austin's house. We open up his gate. Before we walk into his house, his dogs jump on me. And I'm trying not to freak the fuck out.
Don't ruin this. Don't ruin this.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm like,
keep it together.
Keep it together. Oh shit. So we walk in, we meet his wife. He sits down. You guys want like a Red Bull or whatever you guys want? Just, help yourself. So I'm like, I'm make myself a sandwich. I'm just kidding. I'm sitting on his couch and his dog comes up to me, right? And it lays its head on my lap. And I start petting it. And I'm talking to his wife, I think about Sons of Anarchy or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And Steve walks out of the shower, right? And he looks and he goes, my dog has never done that with anybody. And I'm like, sweet. So
I'm in.
Yeah, right. 100%.
Checking the good column.
I'm in, brother. So we go and he goes, let's go next door, guys. We go next door. AJ was originally the one on the podcast, right? So he starts setting up 3 microphones. And I'm like, wait a minute, is he expecting me to talk on this damn thing? Because I don't want to like steal AJ's thunder. Like, this isn't about me. This is about AJ. And 2K, I think it was 19 at the time or 20 or whatever the fuck game it was. Mm-hmm. During podcasts, sometimes they take breaks. right? And then they go back into, so he was taking a break, and me and Austin started rapping. And he's like, we started talking about music and all this stuff. And then he's like, what's your backstory? I told him about my backstory, about me battling addiction and stuff like that. And he goes, dude, can I podcast you? And I'm like, yeah, that would be great. What am I gonna do? Tell him no? No, fuck you. Like,
no,
I'm good. I don't need your I don't need your exposure bucks. Screw you. And we did the podcast, man. He's like, dude, that was awesome. And I was like, oh man, thank you so much. And then we cut this little thing. Me and AJ cut this little thing with him to promote it. That we were both going to be on the podcast. Took a picture with Steve Austin, and then Steve gave me his number. And he's like, if you ever need anything, kid, hit me up. So I still text Steve everyone. We exchange text messages every once in a while, and it's been 2 years, I want to say, since that's happened. So
you got his address, you got his phone number, you got a sandwich. I mean,
you're in with the dog.
I'm in with the dog. I mean, I'm damn near family. No, I'm joking. So that happened. So I did the Steve Austin podcast, and all of a sudden, like, people started kind of taking notice of me, of who I was. My Twitter blew up. My Instagram started blowing up. And then a lot of the promoters started like reaching out to me like, oh, hey, we would like you to come through, yada, yada, yada. One of the biggest companies that took a chance on me was Branded Outlaw Wrestling in Texas. They really took a chance on me. And then Chris Marvel from the Hybrid School of Wrestling, man, they took a huge chance on me, wanted me to come in and teach a seminar and stuff like that. And I'm like, I've never taught wrestling before. Like, I just know how to do it. I've never really taught it. So that was really cool that I really had to take what I've learned and kind of help others, retain, what I've learned. And then I did Impact. I don't know if you guys know I did Impact.
Seen Impact, yep.
Yeah, I did Impact. And I legit thought I was going to get a job.
Yeah.
They were stoked on the match I had with Eli Drake. They were stoked. And I've worked Eli a number amount of times. So working Eli that night was a night off.
Yeah. And that was a good match because I watched that again today before we hopped on here. So yeah, that was a very good match.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
And to your point, you guys you had worked a lot on the indie circuit too, and you guys were working each other. So I think there was a rhythm there that showed. In that match.
It's one of those things, like every time I see Eli, we kind of look at each other and we're like, fuck us again. All right. All right, see you out there. What's the finish? Gravy train? Great. See you
Gravy train, yeah.
Yeah. You're never going to put me over? Okay, cool. See you out there. Thanks.
I say the same thing about Christopher. Every time we get on here, I'm like, oh, this guy again. Here we go.
That's how it goes. I really legit thought I was getting a job out of that because I had nothing but praise in the back. They had me dressed like they separated. So it was a big time wrestling Impact show that was combined. They did 2 nights. They did a Twitch stream and then they did the pay-per-view. And they had all the big time wrestling guys dressed completely different from the Impact guys. They had me dressed with the Impact guys. They're like, you go dress with us. You come dress with us. Okay, cool, no problem. And then I did like the New Japan camp. That kind of got me a little bit noticed. Trained my ass off for that. I got down to like 220, 219 for that. Like shredded abs, like very I want to say unhealthy to a point. But I really went after that. I thought I was really going to get a job in New Japan, And that's one of those things where it's constantly like doors open, doors closed, doors open, doors closed, doors open, doors closed.
You just got to be ready.
If you keep kicking the door, someone sooner or later is going to answer. And Ring of Honor answered. I literally took a chance. Ring of Honor, I've always wanted to go to a Ring of Honor show. Always been a huge fan of Ring of Honor. And they always come to Vegas twice a year. And this was their 18th anniversary show, I want to say it was. And I knew a couple guys that worked for Ring of Honor, like Jeff Cobb, Brody King, a couple guys, right? So I went to TV that day. I flew myself, took a chance on myself, flew myself. And I was walking around the casino where they were holding the event. And I go, I'm going to get in here one way or another, whether I get kicked out or what, I don't care. I caught the eye of a guy named Bird who works for AEW now. And he goes, dude, what can I help you with? And I'm like, I'm here to help. He's like, dude, you're freaking early. I got there at like 10 a.m. He's like, dude, we don't start setting up until like 1 o'clock. And I was all like, I don't care. I'm here. Whatever you need me to do, let me know. He's like, okay, like come back at like 12. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got back there and I busted my ass. I loaded everything they wanted me to load. I grabbed everything from anybody. I just grabbed it. Like, I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I caught the eye of a guy named Ryan Ginley, who is, what does he do there? He's in management of some kind, who usually organizes like the trucks, the ring crew, so on and so forth. He's kind of like, he's kind of the organizer to a point. Caught the eye of him and he goes, dude, you're fucking huge. Like,
oh, thank you.
Are you a wrestler? And I was like, yeah, man, like I'm trying to, possibly get a dark or just want to be here, just happy to be here, man. And he's like, yo, man, here's my Instagram, send me some shit. I said, okay. I did a seminar with Billy Gunn. And he says, dude, if you really want to get a job, always have an 8x10 with your resume on the back. Always. And I always remembered that. So Ryan, the show's about to start. 18th anniversary is about to start. And I go, Ryan, what do you want me to do? I don't have a job. Like, do you want me to be in the box? Like, what do you want me to do? He's like, no. I got a special job for you. And I go, okay. He goes, you're going to be Joey Mercury's right-hand man. So whatever Joey Mercury needs, you're going to do. You got it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And at the time, Joey Mercury was the head producer. He was head of the dojo. He was the guy. He's the guy who told you if you got a job or not, right?
Yeah.
Joey Mercury. Ryan takes me into Mercury's office and he goes, "Hey, Joey, this is Brian. He's here to do whatever you need him to do." And he looks at me, and Joey's Joey. He looks at me and he's like, "So you want a fucking job or what?" And I was all like, "Yes, sir."
Yes,
and he goes, "Who were you trained by?" And I tell him where I'm from. I was like, "Oh, I'm from California." He goes, "Great. Now I know where the fuck you're from. Who the fuck trained you?" So I tell him who trained me, and he goes, "Ginley, give him my email. Tell him to send me some shit." And boom, popped in my head. Always have an 8x10. Always have a resume on your back, in your hand, right? Getting ready to go live on TV. Boom, they go live on the pay-per-view. He sends me to go like kick a guy out. So I run, kick the guy out. Boom. I come back to him. He's like, "Go down there, help Taven." Run down there, help Taven, right? Next day is TV. They give me an earlier call time than everybody. They're like, "You be here by like 9 o'clock. Done." So I was helping run cables. I was helping do so much shit. Next day, Joey and Will Ferreira walk in, and I have my 8x10 with my resume on the back. I go, "I know, sir, you said for me to email you, but here this is." There's a picture of my resume. He looks at it. He hands it to Will, right? Nothing of it. Go along with the show. I'm still Joey's right-hand man. I hang out. I have an early flight. Like, we got done unloading everything up at like 1 or 2 in the morning. I had like a 6 a.m. flight, 7 a.m. flight, something like that, back home, which is only like a 45-minute flight, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like it's like a 5 or 6 hour flight.
Right.
It was like only 45 minutes. So I hung out for a little bit after the show, rubbed some elbows, and went along my way. Didn't think anything of it. Like, was like, if they wanted, I'm still going to email Joey my stuff. So I still emailed Joey my stuff. The next thing I know, I get a text like a week later and goes, "Hey man, any chance you're going to be in New York for WrestleMania weekend?" I go, "Actually, yes, I am. I have Blackcraft and I have a signing at WrestleCon. So yeah, I will be there. Do you want to come to Madison Square Garden for the G1? Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Don't have
man.
to think about that long.
Yeah, no. I was like, yeah, man. He goes, cool, man. We'll put you on the list, and we'll see you in New York. We'll tell you call time whenever we tell you call. You know, we'll contact you a couple days before. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm going to Madison Square Garden. So boom, I get to New York. I do WrestleCon. I do the Blackcraft show, which was a complete fucking shit show. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had Madison Square Garden the next day, and it was in New Jersey. Shit show, 100% shit show. I think that was the last show Blackcraft ever ran, to be honest.
Huh.
How big of a shit show it was.
Milestone.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Yeah. I was there when.
Yeah, right. Get to Madison Square Garden. I'm maybe there. Maybe 10 minutes, if that, and I get the Iggy on the elbow. And it's Will. Will goes, hey man, Joey wants to speak to you. I go, okay. Walk over to Joey, and Joey goes, like deadest stare. How married are you to your hair? I look at him and I go, I'm not. Like, you want to dye it purple? Do you want to shave it? What do you want to do? I don't give a shit. I was like, if you guys are gonna give me a job, I don't give a shit what you guys do to my, like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
You're paying for it.
Yeah. I don't care. He goes, follow me. And he goes and he grabs Will. He goes, Will, follow me. Okay. You know? And I walk in and we go into the office or wherever, Madison Square Garden office. And it was him, Bully Ray, Joey Mercury, Will Ferreira, I think Gary Juster was in there, and somebody else from the office was there. It's very hard to remember. And they drilled me for like a half hour while I haven't been signed. Like, what is it? What is it about you? What do you have, like, bad rep? Like, what is it? Like, they were just like
interrogation time.
Yeah, man. And I was just like, yo, like, I had a little trouble. I was 100% honest. I had a little bit of trouble. I'm now 5 years clean and sober, yada, yada, yada. I've done Impact. He goes, yeah, we watched your Impact match. Like, who had that happen? And I told him, I was like, yeah, I've done Steve Austin Pocket. Yeah, we saw that. Like, had that happen. And, da, 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 da. And then I was just on a show with Juice Robinson. Juice walks in. And Juice is like, oh, hey, what's up, dude? And, like, gives me
perfect
this
timing.
Oh, God. Just everything happens for a reason is the way I look at it.
Yep.
Juice comes in. Dude, what's up, bro? Gives me a big old hug. Joey looks at him and he goes, you know him? He goes, yeah, dude. He goes, you any good? He goes, yeah, he's actually pretty good. Yeah. Okay. And then Chase Owens. I've worked Chase Owens, who's with New Japan. All put in words for me. Joey goes, we want to offer you a tryout in May. I think it was May. Yeah, it was May. Because we did March. Yeah, it happened so quick. It was like March, April, May. We want to offer you a tryout in May. Are you available? Yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it, So and he goes, go back to, whatever the fuck you're doing, which I wasn't doing anything. I was just standing around looking like an idiot, Long story short, I went to the tryout in May, got in killer shape, was expecting WWE tryout. So I'm expecting blow-up drills. I'm expecting New Japan shit. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm in killer shape. None of that happened. I was like, okay. Cut a promo on a pretty messed up promo that I cut at WWE, which kind of popped Paul Heyman and Brooklyn Brawler and some other guys. So I went the same route. Then had a match with a guy named Chuckles the Clown, who is out of Orlando.
We have a Chuckles.
Yeah, I know. But the minute you said that, I was all like, you guys actually do look alike. If you look up Chuckles the Clown, you guys
doppelganger.
I swear, look him up. And he's great. The guy is an awesome worker. He's on Ring of Honor right now. He's part of Vinny's group.
Okay.
Yeah.
So excited about this.
Okay. He's awesome. Bald with the pony in the back, kind of got the Hogan gimmick going.
Okay.
With the long beard. But one of the most awesome promo guys I know to date. This guy could cut a promo. He cut this promo. I cut the promo. We had a 5-minute match, and we had everybody standing at the end of it.
Awesome.
We told a story from beginning to end. You know, I'm in. I don't hear anything. Like, hey, you got a job, yada yada yada. They Ryan Ginley called me while I was in the airport, flying back from the tryout, and he goes, "Hey man, heard the tryout went good for you." I go, yeah, you know, I didn't get a job, but yeah, man. I said I really appreciate everything you did. He goes, we want to invite you. He goes, I'm the guy who wants to invite you to the Ring of Honor dojo. Okay, what does this entail? And he goes, I will put you on the trucks to help you financially until they offer you a contract. But you train at the Ring of Honor dojo. You're at every show. So all the eyes are, you know, there's no reason for you to be out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
I said, okay, let me sit on this, you know, and I'll get back to you. So I come home and I talk it over with the people I need to talk it over with. And we thought it was a good idea that I did it because the opportunity doesn't always happen. And next thing you know, I'm moving to Baltimore in September, and I moved to Baltimore, you know, September 1st. I reported to Baltimore at the dojo, uncontracted, living off of, you know, pretty much nothing to a point. You know, just doing what I can to survive, you know, on the trucks. You know, the money was good driving the trucks, man, but those are long hours, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because when you drive those trucks, man, you set up the ring. Like I was like head of ring crew all of a sudden. Like I was setting up the ring. I was tearing it down. I was telling people, go left, go right, do this, do that, yada, 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 yada. Packing up the truck, driving to the next town while everybody else slept. Like it was tough work. It was tough work, but good money, you know, tough work. And then I sooner or later got offered a contract, you know, where you know, I believe, you know, hard work pays off, you know, and if you're willing to put the time and the effort in, then good things will happen. But you have to be willing to sacrifice for a better reward. A lot of people are like, I want it so bad. Give it to me. I want it so bad, so bad. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. What are you willing to sacrifice for? I'll sacrifice anything. Are you, will you really? And that's what you really have to question yourself. That's what you really have to ask yourself. Are you willing to sacrifice everything to achieve a goal? You know?
Yeah.
You know,
that drive. Yeah. Every day.
Talk about it so much on these interviews. We talk about being ready when your number's called, being ready when that opportunity pops up. It's so interesting how you were at a point where you might have thought that you were never going to get that opportunity again.
100%.
And then you saw a little glimmer of hope and you grabbed at it and you dropped everything and you put everything you had into it to try to get that one last moment maybe pulled away. And, you know, good for you. You got it. You know, here you are.
Yeah.
Well, it's like one of those things where like in between Impact and like in between, you know, doing the New Japan camp and doing Steve Austin podcast and all this fun shit, I was not expecting to hear from WWE at all.
Right.
And next thing you know, they're sliding in my email. You know, hey, we're coming to town. We want to take a look at you. You know, and I'm like, okay. So I did a WWE loop. Oh, and then I wrestled Nick Aldis for the NWA gimmick.
Mm-hmm. 10 pounds of gold.
10 pounds of gold.
Fuck, I totally forgot about that until right now because that was my first weekend back with WWE. Yeah.
That was another great match.
Yep.
I appreciate that. That was a fun experience. I'll leave it at that.
And you've had some good matches with Kate. I mean, all the people that you've talked about that, you know, people
Cage, yeah.
here in the mainstream, you know, Brian, you had a great match with Brian Cage as well.
Love to run that one back. Love to run that one back.
Yeah.
I for a second really thought that you were going to win that match. And then like just at the end, he threw you into the corner and you came back out and he just nailed you with the clothesline. And I was like, that's it. done. Over.
That shit hurt.
Yeah.
It was funny, man, because like we went on last, and like when you go on last, you know, everybody's seen everything.
Mhm.
You know, because, you know, people will do a dive spot, you know, 2-3 minutes into a match, you know, like they won't understand that the main event's got to come out. Now, as a main event, we have to work 10 times harder to try to get the crowd up because they're tired.
Yep.
Mhm.
So, like, we tried everything to get that crowd going, man, and they were just so tired. That's why they were very, like, you didn't hear, like, a whole lot of applauses and a whole lot of chants and all this other shit, you know? It was just, like, they were just so tired because we didn't go on until, like, 11 or something like that. It was, like, super late, too. Like, they were really tired. On, like, a Friday night, yeah. But Cage is great. I'm so happy for him with everything that he's doing with AEW. I've always been a huge fan of Cage, and I hope we cross paths sooner, you know, very soon. So
yeah. Now back to part of your story. When he asked about, are you married to your hair? Did you have to do anything to it?
no.
Okay. Good.
Just scaring him.
Yeah.
It was
a
legit.
test.
Yeah, it was kind of like a test. It was like legit. Like, are you down to be here or not?
Yeah.
You know. And I hear that the WWE kind of, you know, he's a WWE guy. You know, WWE fucks with you like that from what I've heard. So.
Yeah. Now we're here. It's February. You signed. Now it's, I don't even know what month it is. It's July. You know, what's next on the horizon, if you do know, for you?
I don't know. That's with everything shut down, man. It's one of those things. Like I signed I think February 25th. I think I officially signed my deal. And we got shut down like the next weekend. So I've been home. I'm up on the Ring of Honor website now. From what I saw, I did a blood thing where I donated blood because I believe that if you donate blood, you know, there's a lot of people out there that need blood. You know, we're in trying times right now, especially with the coronavirus and everything else and the riots and all that, man. Like, donate some blood. I got a text saying that my blood was going to a hospital to save somebody's life. Like, that's awesome shit. That's cool shit. I think personally that's cool shit. So, I did this blood video because I wanted to put it out, and Ring of Honor, you know, I sent it to Ring of Honor, and they're like, yeah, man, like, we love it. Like, this is awesome. They've been liking everything I've been doing since I've been home because I haven't been quiet. I haven't been like, oh, I'm just going to take it and just kind of slide off the, you know, I'm getting paid for being home. Screw it. Right. I don't need to do anything, you know? And that's such one of the beautiful things about Sinclair and working for them is they have not shied away from paying us for being home. They have paid every single one of us.
That is amazing. And a huge kudos to them for doing that.
No talks of shutting us off. No talks of like, hey, sorry guys, you know, no talks of that any way, shape, and form. I mean, people are redoing their deals. Like we're on the up and up. Like a lot of people sleep on Ring of Honor, but we're on right when we get back to work, man. We're coming. You know, we're coming. You know, full force. You know, but they've really liked everything that I've been doing since I've been home because they shut us down, and at the time I was still driving the truck, so I had to drive the truck all the way back to Baltimore. Oof. I know. When I was in Las Vegas, like 6 hours away.
Geez.
Long story, not 2 minutes. They booked me a flight back to California. So I literally got back to Baltimore on a Thursday. I left on a Monday, got back on a Thursday, got back like Thursday night, packed a bag on a 6 a.m. flight the next morning, back this way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, it was
jet setting. Yeah,
it's all right. It's whatever. Anyway, I went and I got home, and that was when I was over in Baltimore training at the dojo. Training was great. Everybody there is fantastic. Will Ferreira, Jonathan Gresham, They weeded out a lot of the toxic stuff there. But like about a month in or so, like the East Coast is way different from the West Coast. Where are you guys located?
East Coast.
I'm literally like 45 minutes from Baltimore.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Not originally. He's in South Carolina. Yeah. We both grew up in New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Baltimore. I lived in a town called Laurel, Maryland.
Yep.
Which is, about 20 minutes outside of Baltimore. I could not find anything for the life of me. Anything. I couldn't find a damn grocery store. Because everything's named different.
Yeah.
You get so used to and so accustomed to things. When you go somewhere else, you're just like,
what am I looking for?
Yeah, dude, I was a fish out of water. And the people I moved in with, there was like some problems there with whatever. I just couldn't find my footing. And like Joey Mercury was there, and like I felt like I was tiptoeing, a lot, and I was very like didn't want to piss anybody off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you got the second chance. You're there. You're on the cusp, and you don't want to do the wrong thing.
Right, 100%. Because I'm not a contracted guy. They could literally 86 me out of the dojo.
Right.
I'm there to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm tiptoeing around, and I'm just miserable. I almost packed up and came home. I really did. About a month in, miserable.
Oh.
Homesick like a dog, man. Missing everything about back home. Couldn't get my diet right. Couldn't get anything right. 100%. And a guy at the dojo who is the 2019 top prospect, Dak Draper.
Mm-hmm.
Sam is an amazing person, man. He pulled me to the side because we have a lot of mutual friends, and he knew I was coming. And they said, "Hey, watch out for this guy. He's like a brother." Pulls me to the side, and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like,
"Head out of your ass."
100%. That was legit. Like, he's like, "Dude, you know how to wrestle. What the fuck?" Because I'm in there. I'm rumbling, bumbling. I'm stumbling. I'm not good. Like, why am I here? I'm not good. So that really helped me, kind of, find my footing, and then getting back on the road and doing that, was because when I got there, we left for the road, and then like I was home for like a month, like in Baltimore. So it was like trying to get adjusted. Like when I got there, I wasn't able to get adjusted because we left like the next day. So I was all like, yeah, get there, throw some shit, and then boom, I'm gone. But when I was there for a month, like I had to really try to get adjusted, and it just wasn't good, And then Joey was there, and it was tiptoeing around Joey. But then once Joey left, man, like everything kind of, no offense to Joey or anything like that, but everything kind of started
calm down. Yeah,
calm down a lot. And then Jonathan Gresham came in, and Jonathan Gresham, man, is one hell of a coach. Awesome coach. And Will Ferreira, awesome coach. I owe my job. The reason why I have my job besides Ryan Ginley is because of Will Ferreira and Jonathan Gresham. 100%. They went to bat for me and told the office, give this guy a job.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Gresh. Because I was on the verge of going, coming home, again, I was going in January-ish. We're going into I think it was final battle, something like that. And nothing's happening contract-wise. I feel like I'm losing some steam from me being on the indies because a lot of people are thinking I'm assigned to Ring of Honor, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the indies aren't booking me because they're like, oh, he's signed. He's
untouchable.
Yeah, he's gone. So I'm not doing anything on the indies really, and so I feel like I'm like losing steam. So I'm like, dude, did I really like hinder myself being here? Like, did I really like, did I hurt myself? so I talked to Will. I sat Will down and had a conversation with Will. Will's one of those guys where he tells me like he misses my intensity because I'm a kind of an intense person to a point. And he's like, man, like you got to go in there, man, and tell them how you feel. Because if they don't know how you feel, they're not going to know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, what's the worst that's going to happen? They tell you no. Okay. So it didn't happen. You can stick it out longer or you can go home, So I asked for a meeting. I emailed, I said, Will, can I get Greg's email? He goes, yeah, man. Give me Greg's email. I email Hunter, Greg, Will, I think Gresh was the fourth one I emailed. And I laid it all out for him. Next thing you know, they're like, hey, let's have a meeting. I said, okay. So I came in the meeting. And I laid it all into. See, cool thing about Greg, man, is a lot of people, Greg Gillian he's a great person, amazing person, but he's very business, very business. What can we do, But he's amazing. He's great. He's been in my corner for through this whole thing, and he had no idea that I left everything behind to be there. No idea.
Wow.
So he was unaware of all that
He thought
you've given up, all that you've sacrificed.
He thought I was just another, no idea.
Huh.
So when I laid it out for him, he's like, man, like I had no idea what you sacrificed to be here. And that means the world to us as Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I said, honestly, I walked in, I said, I know for a fact that I could carry this company. If you guys give me the ball, I could run with this. I guarantee you don't have to put a title on me. Just put me on TV, put a microphone in front of me. Let me show you what I can do. So trust me. I said, I guarantee you I will be television champ soon. I will be Ring of Honor world champ. I said, I can guarantee it. I will be the hottest thing in Ring of Honor.
And now we wait till that happens.
Final battle came around, and Greg goes, "Yeah, man, I'll let you know. Well, let me talk to Hunter. Let me talk to a couple people. So I walked out, and I was like, I think it went good. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, Greg called me personally. He was like, "Hey, man, we want to offer you a job." I said, "Sweet." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, man." He goes, "I'll have Ian send over the contract and, have your, sign it if you want. If not, then,
if you want.
So I went and I sent it to, my attorney, and my attorney took a look at it. And he's like, "Yeah, man, everything seems legit." So I signed the dotted line, and it was cool, man. So it felt very what was it like? I don't want to say justified, but it was like, okay, I feel like I've done something in the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody works towards that contract, but now the work just started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
you did all that work to get to this point, and now you got to do a whole bunch more work to get to the next point.
Yeah. And it's, like I said, so like I gained so much weight being there, when quarantine happened and they sent me home, I was able to get back on my diet and be able to get regimented, and Ring of Honor has actually seen that. So I talked to Greg like 2 or 3 weeks ago or something like that, and they told me I can move home. They're going to start flying me to shows, so because they really like the progress I've been making at home. Nice. So I don't have to live in Maryland anymore. So hey. So I'm actually flying back next month to pick up my stuff and make the 3-day trip back.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so it's so cool that you were able to kind of get that moment and sign on the dotted line and speak up to get that moment. So thankfully you spoke up and told them how you felt, and it kind of was the catalyst to move things forward a little more quickly.
one of the best advices that I've been given is closed mouths don't get fed.
I mean, you can't say much more than that.
Yeah, it's true.
That hits it on the head.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
If I closed my mouth, I'd be a little bit thinner. So, you know.
I mean, it's a win-win, right? No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, no, that's just one of the things, man, is like closed mouths don't get fed, man. And you have to be willing to take a chance. You have to be willing to really sit down and realize, what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you really, really willing to sacrifice everything to achieve a goal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You mentioned how much they liked what you were doing while you were home. So outside of wrestling, you know, we see what you're doing. We've done our research. We know what you're up and all about. But what's your hobbies? What gets you interested more than wrestling? Obviously, weight training's a big thing. Obviously, fitness is a big thing. But what other kind of hobbies might you have?
I don't.
No time.
No, honestly, man, I really don't. What really gets me at, I do a lot of thinking. And I know that sounds weird, right? So I do a lot of thinking. I do a lot of planning. I do a lot of what's the best way of putting it? Thinking of content.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly
Yep.
content. What can I do to get me here? What can I do to get me there? What's cool to tell my story? How can I help others? Or whatever needs to be done. And this might be selfish, but to get myself over.
Yeah.
Bottom line, to get me more in the eyes of everybody. So then, am I in the eyes of everybody? Then that makes myself and Ring of Honor look good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a company guy. That's what I do.
You're your brand, so you have to do that extra little bit, to get people to notice you, to get people to know the name Sledge, to get people to know the name Ring of Honor. You got to do all the extra stuff.
And they're loving everything I'm doing, man. They've told me multiple times. They're like, man, you keep doing your thing, dude. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing it. I guess apparently we're locking down even more now. Apparently we're going into lockdown again. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, because if we're locked down and we're not going back to work anytime soon, then that just gives me other avenues to play with. So
yeah.
What kind of inspiration are you pulling for that content? Because it's interesting right now, right? Like if you're a person like you who is a thinker, who's thinking of new ways of putting yourself out there, this is a big time for you to be creative and to reinvent what wrestling can be. Yeah. What a wrestler can be. So what are you pulling inspiration from?
I watch a lot of documentaries. A lot of documentaries. A lot of music. Like I was watching, I don't know if you guys seen this on Netflix, but the Adam Lambert Queen documentary. It's on Netflix.
I saw the title up there, but I didn't watch it.
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
Awesome. And I'm looking at Adam Lambert, and I'm like, man, dude, this guy is a rock star. I don't give a shit about his gender or anything like that, dude. This guy is a legit rock star.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been buried in shit and has came out from, on top of it, right? So I try to relate myself to something like that, and I'm like, man, maybe because, and I start thinking, Ring of Honor doesn't have that rock star right now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, 100%. They do not have the rock star. The minute Truth Martinez, right? Truth Martinez? No. He's Damian Priest in WWE right now.
Yep. Priest. Yep.
The minute he left, he was the rock star of Ring of Honor. They don't have that guy anymore. Maybe I become the rock star of Ring of Honor.
There you go.
So I'm like, I legit on a shoot emailed the office, I think 2 days ago, like a day and a half ago or something like that. Was like, hey, do you guys mind if I cut my hair? And they got back to me. They're like, nah, go ahead. If you want to cut your hair, cut your hair. I was like, cool. So now I'm like, I've talked to a couple people, and I think I'm going to start forming that rock star-ish, because that's what Ring of Honor is missing. So
cool.
I don't know, man. Just shit like that pops in my head all the time. Like, I do a lot of, this might be weird. I don't know how big your female fan base is, if it's,
there's 3 of them.
Cool. Perfect. I do a lot of thinking in the shower. I know it's weird. That's like my place where I think. I don't know, steaming hot water, whatever. I don't know, but it's just one of those things, man, where I do a lot of thinking there.
I totally get it.
I get it. I relate to that. I like things pop in my head as I'm trying to get showered and get ready to go and stuff, and I tend to forget them, unfortunately. I need to way to write them down in the shower because there's great ideas that come out that never would make it out of the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I usually just jump on one idea. So if something pops in my head, I'll jump on that idea and I'll stay on that idea.
Okay.
And I'll figure out how I can manipulate that idea in my own way. And I'll constantly I'll get out of the shower, then I'll think about it more. And I'll think about it more, well, what if I did this? What if I did that? And one of the things that I've always prided myself on was storytelling. I really love storytelling. If you could tell a good story, then if you can grab somebody's attention and tell stories, so I always try to make some kind of, even with the way I talk and the way I tell things, I always try to tell the story behind it. I always try to tell a story. I always try to bring you along the ride with me as I'm telling it.
100%. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's our favorite part about wrestling itself is the storytelling. I think it's super important. And I think in this day and age, it's even more important because the story is the bigger picture right now than anything else because there's not as much wrestling, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you mean not super kicks and suicide dives aren't important? Damn it.
Darn.
You mean actually telling a story?
I guess we could write that in. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Don't tell anybody. They'll lose half the indie workers. Sorry. That was a bad joke. I apologize.
No, people will get it.
Okay, good. So, I was sitting at home and doing this whole coffee with Sledge thing, and then here it is, going on week 2. So, just got done with week 2. So,
and it's been fun. You had Sunny Kiss on today.
Had Sunny Kiss on today. It was I'm not good at learning things. I am to a point, but when it comes to technology, I kind of suck. So I did a lot of trial and error with how the whole, I don't know, are we getting into Twitch yet? Are we there?
We're there.
We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
We're at Twitch.
Are we grabbing a rest
We're at
hold?
Twitch.
Okay, we're at Twitch. Okay. We're getting ready to go to get to the go home. Okay. Like the wrestling terms?
Yeah, it's good. I'm learning stuff.
There it is, So I was in Vegas a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I was with just got done wrestling at the Rio, and I was with Marty the Moth and Killer Cross. Killer Cross picks me and Marty up because me and Marty were on the show. We go grab something to eat, and Marty goes, "Man, you should really get on Twitch." I was like, "Twitch? What the fuck? Isn't that a gaming thing?" He's like, "Nah, man, dude. I work out on Twitch, dude, and people pay me to work out. Because I'm gonna do it anyway. You might as well just get paid to do it, right?" And I was like,
"Right,
yeah, I guess, yeah." So I didn't think anything of it really. I was just like, yeah, whatever, yeah. And then I had a buddy who has a great Twitch show. I'll put it over. His name is Zicky Dice.
We love Zicky.
We do love Zicky."
Have you guys seen his show?
Oh yes, we are definitely disciples.
Yes.
Are you guys gonna bring him on your guys' show? Has he been on your guys' show?
No, Zicky hasn't come on the show. I think
we were in contract negotiations.
Yes,
and some stuff went down.
Yes, he's a big deal now. He's got the deal with ZDTV and Twitch, so it's a little bit.
He's
tough
got the
right
used
now.
car lot.
So if you can put the good word in, we appreciate
I can see what I can do, guys. If I can even get.
We're here for you. We're here for you. We're here for you.
So I was doing coffee with I would just go on my back porch of my house, sit there and drink coffee and go on Instagram Live and just talk, answer questions, bring people in if they wanted to chat, and then I think I brought Clay Jack in one time. We were just talking, and former NXT guy, good buddy of mine, and he, people started kind of watching, and I was like, oh fuck, we have, because it tells you how many viewers. Yeah. I was like, holy shit, we got some people watching here, right? So Ziggy reaches out to me. He goes, dude, why don't you get on Twitch? I just signed this fucking deal with Twitch, and I was all like, okay, you're the second guy to tell me about this Twitch thing. Okay. I'm like, explain it to me. He tells me it. He goes, dude, you're doing it on Instagram Live anyway. Why don't you do it on fucking Twitch, which is a bigger fucking platform? I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this on Twitch. So I'm going to sink a bunch of money into something where I'm not going to get possibly a whole lot of return. Sounds like wrestling. and you know, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Right.
Okay. You know, but if you ask George Lopez, I don't know if you guys seen his special on Netflix yet, but he goes, Rome would have been built in a day if they would have asked Mexicans to do it. I popped huge. You know. Anyway, he goes, dude, just do it, man. He goes, it's pretty easy. And I was like, really? Like, how easy is it, man? Like, because I'm not technically savvy. He goes, well, I just kind of Skype in and then I have a producer take care of it. I was just like, I don't have that.
Now I need to find a producer.
I was like, shit, now this is even more of an uphill battle. So I pull out like an old laptop trying to get this thing to work, and it just wasn't doing the job, right? So I think I put something up on my Facebook, like selling 8x10s, trying to get this Twitch thing started, yada, yada, yada. Next thing you know, man, like I get a laptop, and then now this son of a bitch is snowballing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh crap. Like now I'm trying to learn OBS. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys know about OBS, but OBS is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
All right, smart
but
guy.
we hold on, Christopher. We've never used it to hook up to Twitch or anything like that. We've used it for something totally different. We're probably at the easy part of OBS, whereas Sledge is at the more advanced part of OBS.
Right. I mean, we understand because we're only a year into our podcasting and we're learning the technologies and learning what needs to be used, and it takes a little bit to understand it. And there's other people who obviously are really good at it.
Fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, I'm like, okay. So I get, and Marty helped me tremendously with all of this. So now I'm working on this thing and I'm doing OBS, I'm doing test runs, and I'm like, who wants a Skype call right now? And I was like, yeah, fuck with Skype, you know? I go out and I buy like this green felt thing that you can't see behind me because it's all green screen. And I'm like, man, like I'm getting ready to go live. So I go and I meet, we're playing a game. Me and Marty are playing a game on Twitch. And next thing you know, I start talking to a guy named Dastardly, right? Mm-hmm. And Dastardly goes, he starts helping me trying to get my feed right, because you have to get like the bit right and you know your camera right and all this other shit, right? There's a lot that goes into it that I had no clue. He goes, dude, what are you trying to do on Twitch? Like, because you're not a fucking gamer. Like we know, like I know that. So what are you trying to do? I was like, dude, I'm trying to do a talk show. Like this is, you know, and I'm going over like laptops with this guy. I'm going over like all this shit. Like we're talking via Twitter, right? And he's like, buy this laptop. It will, you know, do what you need to do. And I'm like, all right, man. Like I'll sink, you know, $700 fucking dollars into this thing to get it. You know, I'm trying to get this thing going. Next thing you know, we're talking. He's like, dude, I'm out of work right now. How about I become your producer?
There you go.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, man. I was like, so this is how this, and I was like, I explained the whole thing, like how Ziggy does it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I was like, man, this would be a lot easier. Cause I was doing a lot of test runs by myself, like on OBS and like figuring out how it worked and doing, I had a buddy Skype in with me. So then trying to figure out how to put Skype into OBS and then stream live. Mm-hmm. That was a, you got to download a certain thing and then take that thing and unzip it and put it over here to, it was
I don't know all that. Yeah. That's new to me.
Nightmare.
Jeez.
So I'm like, Jesus, man, maybe this is a bad idea. Like, I don't think I can fucking, you know, but me, I'm just like, I'll get it done somehow. Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. So the more I talked to Dastardly about it, he's just like, dude, I'm out of work right now, man. Like, you want me to produce your show for you? I was just like, yeah, man. Like, that would be dope. So we did a bunch of test runs, and like we kept running into nothing but problems, honestly. I was flickering in OBS. I was flickering on Skype. I would be there, but then I wouldn't be there, and it was just like I was like, man, we're supposed to go live on Monday. I've been teasing this. Like, we're having nothing but problems. Next thing you know, we finally got a hold of Ziggy's producer, named Scooch. We always talk to. Old Scoochy.
Scoochy.
We get Scooch in a call, and we go, what the fuck are we doing wrong?
What's the secret? What's the secret? Yeah.
What's the secret, right? And he tells us the secret. And I was just like, and my producer, who's really computer smart, he's super smart. He's like, fuck. Damn it, I should have known that. Next thing you know, boom, we're off to the races. First one, the first coffee with Sledge was good. With AJ Kirsch being our first guest, I was very honored to have him as our first guest. I reached out to a lot of people about this and was like, yo, I really want you to be a guest on this thing. And a lot of people didn't really believe it was going to be something. Like, it was just like, they were like, Now, since I've had now we're 2 weeks in and the ball's rolling a little bit, and I've had, some pretty credible guests, on. Now everybody's like, hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Hey, this looks super cool. Like, I want to be a part of this. So we got affiliated. So with all the test runs that I was doing, like, you can be affiliated with Twitch. I don't know if you guys know how Twitch works, but you can get affiliation through Twitch. Zicky is a partner with Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Difference. There's affiliation, then the next step is partner. He jumped straight to partner. How he did it, don't know. He does shit that I have no idea how he does.
He jumped head first right into it.
They contacted him, apparently. Whatever. Anyway, hats off to him. He's got a great show. I was on his show last week, I want to say, or something like that. Fuck Mogul. Anyway.
Agreed.
You guys are a fucking idiot. Anyway, we did our first show, and then it starts rolling, and we became affiliated because I did a bunch of test runs. So, like, with all the test runs I was doing by myself, my view rate was down. You have to hit a certain view rate to get affiliated. You have to get a certain amount of follows, a certain amount of view rate, and a certain amount of people chatting while you're live.
Okay.
So, with all that going on, my view rate was super down because I was doing like a bunch of test runs at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, right? Which East Coast time's like 4, 4 or 5 in the morning, right? So no one's up. No one's, whatever. No one gives a shit about my channel. I'm like testing things, No one gives a shit, So my view rate was really down. But we got affiliated within like a week. Our first week, we got affiliated.
Nice.
So then once you're affiliated, you can start making money with Twitch. Marty coming on put us over the top. Yep. He hosted us on his stream. His interview was great. He wants to come back on and do the eating challenge with me. And then the minute I announced, like, AJ was great because a lot of people know I'm like close to AJ. So they're like, okay, you got AJ, cool. Then we had Marty, and everybody's like, okay. But like once we had Alex Zane, like this last week, we had Alex Zane. Then we just had Sunny Kiss today. And then like everybody was like, oh, okay.
This is a thing. Yeah, this is a thing.
This is a fucking thing.
And today there were some teasers thrown out for who might be on next Wednesday. And I think I know who it is, but I won't say.
Do you?
I think so.
When does this air?
This will air after.
This will air after it. So,
oh shit! Okay. So you're gonna go and edit all this together, and then not make me look stupid?
Of course.
Perfect.
We try to make ourselves not look stupid.
Yes, that's our goal, not to look stupid.
I mean, I can always give it away. I mean, okay, who do you think it is?
I think it's Velvet Sky.
Ooh, good guess. No.
Ooh, then it's the other one. Angelina Love.
It is Angelina Love.
It was one of the two, because I from the clues today, I was like, who?
I know I said Impact, and I was like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
Yep. I was like, who could it be? I'm like, it's these two, and I picked Velvet first because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah, no, it's Angelina Love. She will be with us on Wednesday. She is super excited about it.
Nice.
Like, I was shocked how excited she was. She's like, "Are we like legit drinking coffee on this thing?" And I was all like, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh, I got a special mug for it." And I was like, "Oh, hell yeah!" And I was like, "Hell yeah, Angelina, rock and roll," you know. I reached out to so many people about this thing, you know, and we're doing Ring of Honor week, obviously, next week.
Mm-hmm.
If it's, I have a feeling it's going to go over really, really well. You know, Slex, you know, the business is our first guest. He was definitely on board. He's like, yeah, man, whatever you need, you know, I'm there, you know, and Slex just, you know, they just went into quarantine again. They just shut everything down again, you know, like today, you know, so be interested to talk to him. And he's waking up super early at like 6 a.m. because he's in Australia.
Yep.
We're going to talk about his flight, you know, when everything got shut down and he was traveling for like 48 hours, you know, all the fun stuff. And then, you know, Wednesday is going to be a great show with Angelina Love. Very, very excited about that one. One of the people that I've watched grow over the years, especially on TV with Impact and then, you know, Ring of Honor, a person that I don't really know like very, very well. So it'll be very, 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 very cool to like interact with her in a totally different way than just working. And then we have the Bouncers on Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, we got the Bouncers coming on Friday. And then I am always have surprises. You guys might want to tune in the following Monday.
Oh.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's easy. I mean, it just pops up on my phone. Go tune in. Okay, cool. I get
exactly.
Yeah. So, Angelina Love. But then we got, you know, somebody who I'm stoked to have. The list of people I have, man. And I'm trying not to just do wrestlers.
Sure.
This isn't just a wrestling podcast or a wrestling Twitch show. We're doing musicians and we're doing influencers and we're doing motivational speakers. So I have a motivational speaker coming on who has a great podcast.
That's awesome.
We have I'm opening it up to indie workers, indie guys who wants to come and try to get their name out. You know, I have a Texas guy coming on who unfortunately I had to push. He's going to come on following Monday, but I had to push him because I had a huge guest decide to pop up and go, "Hey, yeah, I'm down to do that." And I'm like, "Oh shit, cool." Yeah, we just I'm really trying super hard trying to get two guys, one tag, which is Silas and Josh Woods. I've been beating down their door because they're both friends of mine. And Silas came on my coffee with Sledge on Instagram. He came on and where the whole thing started. And now I'm trying to get him back to my Twitch stream. And man, that mofo doesn't answer a phone call. You know, but he was just live on Facebook like just a little bit ago. So doing his whiskey drinking Friday or whatever it is. So, but me and Josh Woods, you know, we talk every other day. So I'll make it happen.
It's a fun time. So when you're watching and listening, definitely check it out. I think last Friday we were watching some crazy backyard wrestling stuff. With the genie in the lamp match and
Whiplash Wednesdays. That was just one of those things where I was thinking about, you know, because sooner or later, like I didn't want to do guests every day. Because sooner or later I'm gonna run out of guests. I mean, not really, but like, you know, something different, you know. But then I was brainstorming again. I was like, man, like I like car crashes. I love car crashes. I love watching guys get kicked in the nuts. I know it sounds bad, but like, you know, it's weird.
Funny.
But it's funny.
But it's funny.
It's funnier than shit.
Yeah.
So Whiplash Wednesday came to fruition. I have a great team behind me with this whole Coffee with Sledge thing, with Dastardly, Kelly from Rocky Mountain Pro, who does all my graphics. The graphic that you see behind me, he pretty much did the whole graphics for all the show, the countdown, the me inside the coffee shop, to the interview segment of it, to he does it all. He did it all for me. And he does all of my flyers. I'm a huge Friends fan, so that's kind of where I kind of got the idea from, was Friends. So
I like it. It's well done, and it comes off as a well-produced and well-put-together show. So
I appreciate that.
As someone who watches it on this side of it, it definitely comes off very well.
Would you tell me if I was doing bad, honestly?
Honestly, yes. I would want anybody watching our thing to tell us that we suck if we really suck.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the only way you get better.
100%.
I mean, I did a phone interview with someone about a week and a half ago, and my partner, my buddy, my good old friend over here, Christopher, goes, "Can I tell you something? You say you know a lot," and I was like, "I do? Oh man." We just kind of got over the thing. Everything was
right.
so. Because it's hard to, you want to have a conversation, but you have some questions already in mind. Yeah. And so is just the easy lead in. And right. Man, I listened back to this phone interview, and I think I said the word, 47 freaking times. Like 7 times in a sentence sometimes. And I'm like,
I'm the same way. I read stuff back and I'm like, man, I said that shit way too much. Damn it, why do I do that? But I've sunk some money into the show. There you go. Now you got me doing it. Son of a bitch. I moved. I started it all upstairs in my dining room area. And now I've moved completely into a new studio with it, which is in my garage. So I have set up a full studio in my garage.
Nice.
I have lighting, LED lights now, desk, dual monitor, microphone. Like the whole thing is like professionally there. So I found this chair that was walking my dogs and saw it out on the street corner, and I said,
"Ooh, comfy chair.
I need a business chair." So it was a lot better than sitting on a folding chair for a couple hours. I'll tell you that much. Sitting on a folding chair sucks.
Yeah.
So I've sunk some money into it. My studio is not quite done yet. I'm going to kind of black out what I need to black out and all that fun stuff, because my producer, he crops me in where he needs to crop me in and all that fun stuff. So I have a great team behind me. If you guys don't follow me on any of the social medias, follow me on all my social medias. That's Sledge805. I keep it super easy for everybody. Sledge805 on Twitch. You can subscribe for free if you haven't subscribed. Looking at YouTube,
I did.
Boy, you can subscribe for free if you have Amazon Prime.
I even dropped some biddies today.
Yeah. Oh, that was you. Oh, awesome.
That was me.
Awesome, man. You wanted me to twerk with Sunny Kiss. I knew it. You did.
No. It would have been funny.
Funny. I almost did. It was one of those things when I was talking to Sunny about. I was like, man, you might have to teach me how to twerk so I can make some money or something like that. I don't know what I'm doing here. Alex Zane is coming back August 10th for a taco eating contest. Round 2. He was very surprised how fast I could eat. He was very surprised how fast I could eat tacos.
Mm-hmm.
I was very surprised how fast I could eat tacos, but I don't like to lose.
Yeah, you can tell you're competitive.
Yeah.
I'm very competitive.
Alex was like, yep, just eating some tacos. You were like, nope.
So I caught him off guard. But he told me, he's like, it won't happen again.
Ooh, and I can't wait.
We're going to do 12 this time. And I think I can do 12 in under 5 minutes.
Ooh. That's awesome.
That's a lot. That's a lot of tacos. That's
I think I can do 12. I think I can do the party pack in under 5 minutes. Almost.
I'm gonna try to do it on my end as I'm watching. So
Yeah, I want to. We were talking about that off air. I kind of want to see if I can work that into the show somehow. If we can bring in like a guest or something like that, I think we can. I wonder if we can figure out somehow to do that. I need to talk to my producer about that and get back to you. So, but
we can eat some tacos.
Yeah,
we could throw down some tacos.
You think you can beat me?
I got some stories about some tacos on the road.
You think you can beat me?
I'm not wrestling road, but I'm I'm competitive too.
Yeah.
I like how you keep missing the question there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep ignoring it.
I love how you keep ignoring the question. Do you think you can beat me?
There's an audio problem. I don't know.
You're cutting out there.
OBS issues. Yeah, can't figure it out.
Damn you, OBS. You suck. Damn you, Streamlabs. Yeah, man. Twitch.tv/Sledge805. Join me Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It would be 3 p.m. Eastern. Special start time on Monday, though, because we have Slex. He's from Australia. If we did 12 p.m., it would have been 5 a.m. his time.
Oof.
He gave me 6 a.m. He's like, brother, can we do it at 6? And I was like, we can do it at 6.
Yeah.
We'll be good. Don't worry.
And I think the rematch of the taco challenge with Alex is August 10th, right? It's a Monday, correct?
Monday, August 10th, correct.
So
yes.
be there.
I have a whole lineup of guests coming. And then we haven't figured out for the time that I go back to Baltimore to pack up my things to come back to Cali, if we're going to take that week off or if we're going to stream. We're just going to kind of see where the momentum is. If the momentum's up, obviously we have to. If it's like hanging out, maybe we'll take the week off. But I have guests all the way out to like September.
Damn.
That's awesome.
That's great.
I wish we had that back.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Like I'm pushing people, and it's great. I'm so blessed that people want to be a part of this. I want to get that big name though.
That one splash. Yeah.
That one person where they're just like, oh shit, he has him on the show. Like a Chavo Guerrero Jr.
Ooh. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Like someone to that extent, like a Shane Helms.
Ooh. You just mentioned Christopher is one of his favorite wrestlers.
That is.
The one guy, where they're just like, wow, like he's coming on the show. Holy shit. Now don't get me wrong, all my guests are holy shit guests.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
that one name. Yeah.
Yeah. A Marty or everybody's asking me about Stone Cold.
I was just going to say that. I was like, what about Steve Austin?
That's one of those, like, I don't know if I would like reach out. Like that would be one of those, like,
let him reach out to you almost.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. That would be a weird, like I've kicked the idea around. Now it's one of those things, like if we get 100 subscribers, I think we're looking at 100 subscribers. You guys, 100 subscribers, I will do my damnedest. I will do it live on air, and I will call Steve Austin to try to get him on the show.
People, go subscribe. Come on.
100 subscribers.
I know you have Prime. It's free to subscribe.
Yeah.
Just go hit the button.
Hit the button.
I did it today.
Christopher's going to do it after we get off the air.
I am. Exactly. I'm working on it. I can't. 2 screens.
I have 2.
I have 2, but I'm trying to look at you.
Oh,
I can't be over here doing this.
Well played, my friend. Well played. Yeah, man. That's all I'm really doing. That's it's a lot. I think we've been talking for about 2 hours now.
I know. So. It's enough. I mean, doing all that stuff, it keeps you busy. Doing all this stuff that we do keeps me busy. So
being busy isn't a bad thing.
No, definitely not. I had a friend say that to me the other day. She said, at least you're busy and you're doing stuff. I said, yeah, I definitely am. Favorites. We always ask our guests some favorites. So, that word, we love our so here. Favorite band. And I know that you are into metal.
Oh, fuck. Who I'm really high right now on I Prevail.
Okay, nice.
I'm huge in I Prevail right now. Why? Don't know. They just got a good sound. I like them.
They do.
I'm huge in the new Killswitch Engage album. I like them. You just said one band though. Like, who's my favorite of all time? Like, if I put them on,
I say one band, but you can name as many as you want.
I'm a huge Godsmack fan. Love Godsmack. Love Slayer. Iron Maiden. I love anywhere from like Motley Crue to Poison to Skid Row. Like, the Breaking Benjamin to Skillet to anything that like will
Skillet.
like. Yeah, Skillet's great. I've seen him in concert. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed them.
Drummer's so hot. Yeah. She has a solo album.
She does.
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is
That
very good.
I just got turned on to.
Yep.
Breaking Benjamin was doing something with the girl from Flyleaf, which was really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's great is like I have XM satellite radio in
Mhm.
my F-150 or Ford Ranger. Sorry. And Octane
Love
is a
it.
cool. A lot of like bands I didn't know who they were,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh, that's badass. Who are they? Stuff like that. So Octane's
Nice.
great.
I love Octane. And now I checked out your store that you have, and you have 2 kick-ass shirts on there. One of which is a throwback to the Slayer logo. That's
Yes.
got the Iron Eagle and it's got Sledge written in front, and I
Yep.
love it. But I think my favorite one from the website is the Lego U. And it's entitled Slego. I love it.
Lego. Yeah.
I love it.
Lego Sledge. That was a big one. That was a big hit with the kids.
I love it. Still staying on the music thing. What's your favorite concert that you've been to?
Oh shit, I've been to so many. Okay. Probably my first my teenage daughter's first concert. Her first rock concert. It was New Year's Day, Starset and Hailstorm.
Oh, that is a good twosome right there.
And my oldest got to meet Ashley from New Year's Day.
I love her.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful woman.
Great voice.
Great voice. I'm actually going to possibly have Jimmy Trigger. I don't know if you guys know who Jimmy Trigger is.
I do not.
I like how
excited.
I like Chuck. I like how Chuck's looking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jimmy Trigger on the show. So that's the thing.
That's awesome.
There's bonding going on right now. I could see this. There's bonding going on between Sledge and Chuck.
I don't know which day it was, but he was asking who he wants to have, what music guests he should get on the show, and I dropped one of my favorite new bands in there, Battlecross.
Yeah. Okay, that was you. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're looking them up. We're gonna look them up. Battlecross. I'm actually gonna make a note of that right now.
Second screen.
So, yeah, exactly.
Battlecross.
They are kick-ass. So anybody watching and listening, if you're into heavy metal, you're into thrash, definitely check out Battlecross from Detroit, Michigan.
Available on YouTube, Spotify, and YouTube Music.
Oh yes, they have 3 albums.
Currently, record label is Metal Band Records. Established in 2003. Look at me over here doing my research.
Yeah, I like it.
Thrash metal.
Yes.
Melodic metal. I like that. I'm a
Yes.
big
Metal, yeah.
melodic metal fan guy.
Yes. They have dual guitarists, and both of them are amazing.
Okay. I will reach out and see what we can do and see if we can get them on the show for it.
That's awesome. I'm sure that they would love it. That's so cool. Favorite city to wrestle in?
Oh shit. Wrestling in so many. Honestly, probably favorite city. Probably San Antonio.
Cool.
I love Texas.
Nice.
I've thought about moving to Texas. Or it's like a toss up between it's like a toss up between that and like Denver. Like I love Denver.
That's like two totally different.
Yeah, different areas. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of right by each other to a point.
Yeah. But I mean, you're talking warm all the time to semi warm to
Rocky Mountain elevations.
12 feet of snow.
Yeah, but like Denver always treats me great, man. I love Denver, man. The guys out at Rocky Mountain Pro are phenomenal people. They've always treated me really, really well, treated me great, and I don't have any. I've main evented their biggest show of the year. That's where I did the 23 foot jump. I think that was what it was.
Damn.
That's what we call on the show the fuck it button. I was talking about.
Yep. This might work and it might be a terrible idea.
Let's hope for the best. Please catch me or I'm going to die. Yes. Kind of thing. Yes. So
favorite opponent that you faced in your career?
Oh shit.
He says that after every time you ask a question.
I'll name one of them. Because I have so many favorite opponents that I could run it back with so many of them. But I want to say Chase Owens.
Okay.
After that match, man, there was something about it that just was so good.
Mm-hmm.
And laying there and both the crowd just, I mean, there wasn't a chant we didn't get in that match. From this is awesome to fight forever to both these guys to, and that's like when the crowd's feeling what you're doing, even when Chase Owens was kind of the baby face that night and they're both feeling what you're doing, man. And it's just
clicking.
Yep. Yeah. I knew where he was going. He knew where I was going. And it just flowed so good. And you're just laying there afterwards on that mat and you're staring up and you're just going, this is why I do it right here. And that's a moment that I'll never forget.
Nice. Now
he ribbed me at WrestleCon, son of a bitch.
Can't do that.
What? Now I have to tell
no ribbing. There's no ribbing.
Now I have to tell the story.
I mean,
you can. I mean, if you want to.
We're here.
Right. So we're at WrestleCon. WrestleMania weekend, same weekend, Madison Square Garden. It was like right after we wrestled. So he was upstairs, I was downstairs, and I'm walking through WrestleCon, just kind of checking shit out. And he was at the same table as Frank Mir. Okay, so Frank Mir, he goes, Chase, Frank Mir's doing his rib on everybody. And Chase goes, Sledge, come here. He goes, hey, Frank, do that arm thing, dude. That arm, that submission hold you were showing. And I was all like, man, he's not gonna fuck me up, is he? This is Frank Mir. And he's like, no, dude, you're good. So he grabs me, does it. The guy makes it seem like I'm sitting there freaking jerking him off. And I'm like, come on, man, get out of here. It was like, he was all like, yeah, you turned your with, it was done in such an appropriate way though.
Right.
And I know it's really weird to say jerking, in an appropriate way to the point of once you realize what you were doing, you're just like, I'm a fucking idiot. That was the way that he so the way he told the story with it was just so
believable.
Yeah. You're concentrating and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you look down and you're just like, oh, what the it was, I always tell Chase every time, I'm going to get you back one day for that one.
That's funny.
But yeah,
your dream match.
I want to say me and Matt Taven.
Nice.
Which you can get.
Yes.
You can get your dream match. That's important, right? That's something that not only is a dream, but now it's a goal.
It's one of those things where it's because Matt Taven really kind of took me under his wing when I entered Ring of Honor. And he was one of those guys who helped me get into Northeast Wrestling and in Connecticut and stuff like that. Really kind of was always like that cool guy to me, and gave me his number and like was like, need anything, let me know. So like Matt Taven definitely is like one of those guys. He's like a locker room leader as well. Mm-hmm. So him is definitely one of those, and like Jay Lethal.
Two good guys to have a dream match against.
And if you guys have never seen these guys wrestle, first off, smack yourself. Second of all, if you've never seen them wrestle together, smack yourself and go to YouTube and look up Matt Taven versus Jay Lethal 18th anniversary, because that was my first show there, and they went 1 hour time limit, and it was absolutely amazing.
Wow. Again, people use the computer. Get on YouTube.
Use your Lugal machine.
Lugal.
I love that. Well, Sledge, thank you so much for joining us. We have one more question.
Damn.
And then I know. And then we'll give you some time to promote again.
I'm having fun.
We always ask everybody, Oreo cookies. Are you a single stuff fan or a double stuff fan?
What flavor Oreo cookie?
The regular chocolate cookie, white icing on the
fuck
inside.
with it.
Oh!
The regular ones I don't fuck with.
Oh.
Okay, we could do this. We could do this.
Okay.
So let's put it in a flavor. What's the flavor of your preference for an Oreo cookie?
Lemon.
Oh.
Lemon Oreo cookie.
Yeah. Have you never?
So the lemon flavored Oreo cookie?
Uh-huh.
Like the cream is lemon?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why do I not know about this?
Brother. I just brothered you softly.
Yes. Very softly.
Yeah. So I'm a huge lemon mark.
Okay.
Anything lemon flavored candy. I'm a fat kid at heart. I have a cheat day once a week.
We all are. Yeah.
Anything lemon cookie wise, lemon drops, lemon cake,
lemon pie.
Oh, brother, you got me. You had me at hello. If you would have said we got lemon meringue pie, I would have been on here sooner.
Oh.
Next time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's my jam. That's my shit. Maybe we'll do a lemon meringue pie eating contest.
Oh.
And I'm looking at you.
Oh. Yeah, Chris, he's looking at you.
He's looking at me?
I think he's looking at me.
Whatever. If it's food, I'll eat it.
Oh yeah.
For the most part.
Let's see if you can beat me in that. Anyway, no. Yeah, so if we did lemon double stuffed, which I don't think exists.
I don't think so, yeah.
All right. Well, I know a guy who works for Nabisco.
Do you really?
He may or may not be my father. So I can see what I could do.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
We're going to talk.
Hold that. Your dad works for Nabisco. And you don't know about the lemon flavored Oreos?
I don't. I know about all the other flavors. I get the white, don't tell anybody. I get the white not labeled boxes that are tests of all the different flavors. And I have never heard of the lemon Oreos. I haven't.
So you get like the red velvet and all that shit, dude?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Call me. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk.
Send you my address.
See, but they don't have the lemon in a lot of places, because I know in my stores here in Pennsylvania, they don't have the lemon in any of them.
Oh,
yeah,
they're huge here in California. I can go right across the street to Vaughn's and grab one. I think I actually have some upstairs. So I get all the junk food hidden from me because I will eat it. So that is a rule in this house. When I am dieting, when I'm cutting, all junk food is hidden. So.
Well, it wasn't the answer we were looking for, but we learned something new.
It's a new one.
It's a new one. I get to go find lemon Oreos. I get to go, make a connection and probably send you boxes of Oreos now. So that's, great for both of us.
I'm not mad at you. I think I'll be more mad at you if you don't.
I'm on it. I'll work on it. And we'll talk about that lemon meringue contest too.
Oh, I'm down.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it. Are you guys on Twitch? I know you guys I know you guys are personally on Twitch, but you guys don't have like a Twitch channel.
We are in the beginnings of discovering what that would mean. Let's put it that way. We're
just getting started with that.
Yeah.
If you guys do Twitch, if you guys want to do Twitch, if you guys want to do this, I'm just throwing it out there. We can do a co-stream.
Okay.
Where you guys stream, I'll host your stream because I can do that. Well, my producer can, I can't. And then I can come back on the show. So it'll be a dual, and then we'll do the contest.
Nice.
Very cool. We'll try to work that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
Once I figure out how to use the computer.
Now we really have to figure out how to use Twitch.
I know. Damn.
It's actually not. It's not that hard. Just get a producer.
Yeah. Get a producer.
Chris, you're my producer. Get on.
No. Hey, no. I talked to you about getting a laptop. You were my guy.
That's true. I know.
Sledge, we had a lot of fun.
Yes.
We appreciate all the time you gave us. I know you've dropped a whole bunch of where we can find you, but can you tell us again where we can find you, where people can go look you up?
No.
Okay.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody.
You guys can follow me on all my social medias is at Sledge805. 805 is my area code. That's why I keep it close to the heart. Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on TikTok. It's not dead, guys. TikTok didn't die. Okay? Trust me.
There were rumors.
Yeah, didn't die. At Sledge805. And I stream on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And did you guys know this? It's actually, I found this out. It blew my mind. It's not PST for Pacific Standard Time.
It isn't.
No.
What is
It's
it?
Pacific Daylight Time. It's
PDT.
Same with Eastern Daylight Time.
Learning more
I didn't know-
stuff.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that either.
No.
We're all learning.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If the steam picks up and everybody goes down into quarantine again, where we aren't allowed to leave our houses, to give you guys some more content, I might go Monday through Friday. I don't know yet. It's up in the air. But then that means I have to figure out a whole lot more content for you guys.
Yeah.
We're coming into Ring of Honor week this week. So please join me for Ring of Honor week this week live on Twitch. We have Slex on Monday, Angelina Love on Wednesday, and we have the Bouncers on Friday, which I think I might do a challenge with the Bouncers. I'm not quite sure.
That'll be fun.
Jam-packed, man.
Yeah, so we're just keeping busy, staying busy, working out. I thought about streaming some of my workouts, but I'm like, my views will probably go down, so I don't want to do that. So,
You never know, man. You never know.
you know,
Well,
Battlecross.
against Battlecross. Yes. Check out
I got 'em.
Battlecross.
I got them right here.
He wrote it down. Sledge, we thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for the time. If you're watching, go hit that subscribe button. Go hit that like button. Go check us out on WrestleJoy. I got the new hat. Look, see, new hat, WrestleJoy.
Does
For
that
all
come
that.
with? Does that come with the Oreos?
We can maybe work something out. We can work something out.
We can get some contract negotiations.
You got to talk
But go-
to Lawyer about that one.
No contracts. But go check us out. We appreciate you watching. Go check Sledge out. There's plenty of stuff to go find him on. He is constantly out there doing stuff for you. And go check out Ring of Honor. And we can't wait for you to get back out there, Sledge, and see some in-ring action.
Definitely.
I can't wait. I can't wait either. I'm not really looking forward to that first bump. It's going to be a little rough, but I'll get some ring time in. I got 1 hour away. It'll be all good. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a blast. I wish you guys nothing but the best. And if there's anything I can do to help you guys, please let me know.
Awesome. Sledge, thank you. Everybody, have a good night. Thanks for watching and listening.
You can follow Sledge on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Sledge805. He's also on YouTube, Sledge VPW. And don't forget to check him out on Twitch TV every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern, for Coffee with Sledge. Search for Sledge805. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Bald Monkeys. You can also catch our interviews on WrestleJoy.com. Watch any of our other interviews or our roundtable podcasts at YouTube. Just search for The Bald Monkeys. And listen to the Bald Monkeys podcast on Apple iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from.